What's up, Mike Johnson?
Hello, Sammy. How are you?
I already know him. I'm not going to talk about my match right now because pretty much everyone around the world knows everything they need to know about my match. So I'm going to open this right up to questions.
What is your next move post Tessa Blanchard if you retain the title or
When I retain the title.
when you retain the title?
Continue to be one of the assets in Impact Wrestling and be one of the people that reached in the dead corpse of Impact Wrestling 2 years ago, pump its heart full of blood, and be the guy that's going to put this company back on the mountain. Impact Wrestling needs me more than I need Impact Wrestling, and me being the champion is what everybody needs right now.
How was it to allow a camera crew follow you to kind of get a glimpse of who you are outside of wrestling?
I'm used to it at this point. I'm 100% used to it. My entire life's under a microscope. It doesn't matter what you say on social media. It doesn't matter what you do in the world. I could go to the grocery store and be condemned for looking at someone the wrong way. So with my life being under a microscope like that, it's pretty much the normal thing to do at this point.
I felt like the video gave us more of an insight of who you are on a day-to-day.
Yeah, because people don't know me. They don't care to know me. They care to listen to what people say online. They care to set their own imaginations up and put their own spin on my life. They don't know my real life. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know what I've done, and they don't know what I've done for other people in this business.
So obviously the talk of the town is the Tessa match. You have been very vocal about bringing intergender wrestling to the forefront, saying it's not even intergender wrestling, it's
100%.
wrestling. Talk about why that was such a goal for you.
It's a goal because it's 2020. We should have equality. Like, I don't care what sex you are. I don't care what sexual preference you are. At this point in 2020 in professional wrestling and the world, in any aspect of life, you can be whatever you want to be, and it shouldn't be intergender wrestling. We should just be considering women, men, or whatever someone identifies as just professional wrestling. And I truly wholeheartedly believe that. You look at my company, the Wrestling Revolver. I don't just book normal female division matches. I book females against men because I believe that's where they belong. I believe anyone can wrestle anyone at any point in time and tell an amazing story and absolutely kill it for the sake of killing it.
Sami Callihan, Wrestling Inc. I've heard a lot of stories about your influence backstage. Do you consider yourself somebody in the office, and just what kind of influences do you have beyond?
I don't see myself in the office at all.
Okay.
I see myself as one of the hardest working dudes in this roster, and a guy that, like it or not, I feel like I'm a locker room leader at this point in Impact Wrestling or anywhere else I go in wrestling. Because I don't just look out for myself. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a guy that politics for myself. I politic for other people.
Right.
Because when people work hard, they deserve to be rewarded for it, and that's how I've spent my entire life thinking, and there's nothing anyone can tell me differently.
What other matches on this card do you have a vested interest in?
The whole card's awesome. Like, look at Madman Fulton versus Ken Shamrock, who's an absolute legend at this point. Fulton is a guy that somewhere else was looked down upon. Hell, in the video game, he was the lowest ranked person. And now over the past 2 years, he's absolutely changed the entire conception of what Madman Fulton is. He's a guy that the sky's the limit. Dude's shoot 6'8", 300 pounds. People don't even realize he's an All-American in amateur wrestling from college. And he's a freak athlete. He's one of the strongest dudes I've ever been in the ring with. And he's a guy that's hungry. And in the next year, he's going to be one of the top wrestlers on the entire planet. I truly believe that.
I'll let her know.
Brandon Morales from thechairshot.com. In past interviews, you've talked about other wrestlers not failing at other companies, but those companies failing them. And in that same tone with Impact, how do you feel like Impact has provided an environment for you and other wrestlers to succeed?
They took the handcuffs off. They give us the opportunity to go out there and actually paint the picture we want to paint that night. If we have ideas about our character, if we have ideas about whatever the show might be, we can actually truly have someone that we go to and actually talk to and get our visions processed. It's not like other companies when you get the runaround. You go to one person, like, oh, well, we got to talk to this person. Oh, we got to talk to this person. Oh, you got to talk to this person. And you've said the same story to 8 people at this point. You've got nowhere. Impact Wrestling is the only company where our bosses are backstage at every show and they'll actually listen to us. They don't tell us what our character is. They don't tell us what we need to do. They give us the opportunity to be the people that we want to be, and that's why Impact Wrestling is striving right now.
So, Melissa Foster's high, firstly.
Awesome.
Secondarily, you bounce between Revolver, Impact, and you carry that burden pretty equally. How do you keep everything kind of intact for yourself personally?
I don't. I'm a madman. My brain's a scatterbrain. You talk to Mike Johnson, I've talked to him on many occasions for the last 15 years of my life, I'm not a guy that just sits around and does nothing. My brain is a complete mess. My life sometimes is a complete mess, but I like it that way because it makes me creative. It makes me always never wanting to be complacent and get to that next level. I'm a very goal-oriented person. I set one goal, I accomplish that goal, I go to the next goal. Being world champion for Impact Wrestling isn't good enough. I'm still wanting more. I want to become the longest reigning Impact champion of all time. I want to be the person that makes Impact Wrestling absolutely great again. I want to be the guy that in 20 years from now, you look back at Impact Wrestling, you look at professional wrestling, and I made my mark as being an absolute legend.
If you lose to Tessa tomorrow, where do you go from there?
I don't lose to Tessa tomorrow.
Ty was out here earlier saying that if Tessa won the title, she'd like to be the new #1 contender.
She has a gripe for it. A lot of people have a gripe for it. Tessa lost to Taya, ushering in the era of Taya as the women's champion, now becoming the longest reigning champion in Impact Wrestling history. So absolutely, if we're going to open up the floodgates of intergender wrestling, I think Taya absolutely has a claim to go after Tessa, as do a lot of other people. But that's not going to happen, so we don't have to worry about it.
All right, well, I'm going to flip the hourglass then. Continue my question. What other women on the roster?
The entire roster. I wrestled Taya at Lucha Underground, absolutely killed it. One of the best matches they had in season 3. I wrestle Havoc. She's one of the not just biggest women, the biggest people on the roster. Absolute badass. Jordan Grace is bench pressing and squatting more than half the roster at this point. You look at the entire female roster, and Impact Wrestling truly has one of the best women's roster on the entire planet right now.
Thank you.
I talked earlier about, how I saw you as locker room leader, and I've heard the stories about how you've helped other people in their career. What do wrestlers do that grab you and make you want to become an advocate?
Try. It's hard to say, try. Not be complacent, not just be entitled and want everything right from that. Things take time. Like, being a good professional wrestler takes time, and you need people to stand up for you so you can get to that next level. I'm not a person that likes shooting people down. I'm not a person that likes stabbing people in the back. I'm not a person that likes to hold others down to save my spot. If someone's better than me, come take my spot. But right now, I'm on the top of the mountain, and I'm the guy that says, who's the top dog, and I'm the top dog.
Is there anything you want to say to the Impact Wrestling faithful before this match?
Yeah, you wanted to hate on me after the Eddie Edward incident, even though it single-handedly changed Impact Wrestling, got people talking about it again. Then I went on to have Match of the Year, not only Impact Wrestling, but possibly Match of the Year with the entire wrestling community with Pentagon Jr. And now this year, it just keeps getting better. People always want to talk shit. People always want to hold me down. But at the end of the day, my name's always in people's mouths. I'm always being talked about. I reinvent myself every couple of years. And that's the reason why my career continues to grow and grow and grow and grow and get better.
I saw your new Cactus Special boots online. I think Foley responded to that.
100%.
What's it like to get the eye of a guy like that?
Absolute legend, absolute guy I look up to in this business, not just as a hardcore wrestler. He's one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. He had great runs in every company he ever did, and he made you truly believe. Him and Terry Funk are two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But Mick Foley, that's why I use the pulling pile driver as my finish. He gave me that move. He physically gave me that move, and I want his legacy to live on. That's why I call it the Cactus Special. That's why I have these boots made. I want to give back to the guys that made me want to be a professional wrestler, and I think this is just a token of appreciation towards Mick Foley.
Do you see yourself cut of the same cloth as Mick? Do you see yourself as maybe a modern day version or an updated version of what he was doing?
Mick was crazy. I'm pretty crazy too, but I see myself as a modern day cut of a lot of different people mixed together. I'm a potpourri of wrestling. I'm a little bit of Mick Foley, a little bit of Terry Funk, a little bit of Fit Finlay, a little bit of every person that made me want to be a professional wrestler. I take a little bit from everyone that I idolize because that's how you become who you are. Not anyone can say in the world of professional wrestling they didn't use someone else as like an influencer or an exoskeleton of what they want to be like, and I'm no different.
You mentioned Finlay. The matches you had with him in the documentary about
Made me who I am
yeah,
today.
they came for the stiff. That kind of was a big turning point for you. Now that you've gained so much more experience and you're sort of in the position that he was in, how hard is it for you to look out there and find someone that you want to single out, help pull up the way that he
I see him all the time. If you look at my wrestling revolver shows, I book people from all avenues. People that can be considered comedy, deathmatch, hardcore, lucha libre, catch as catch scam, strong style. I see something that makes someone special, and I gravitate to them and want to help them out, especially if they work hard. I will go leaps and bounds above helping someone that actually works hard and does it the right way than someone that's just good and has a terrible attitude. Because wrestling wasn't easy for me. I had to bust my ass, and I had to have people like actually help me get to where I am. So I want to do that for other people.
Ace Austin gave you a bit of a shout out earlier as someone who really molded him.
Dude lives in my spare room.
Do you have any interest in maybe bringing him into OVE in the future?
No, he's not originally from Ohio. That's a big criteria. I think you have to be from Ohio. He's from Pennsylvania. I mean, he moved there. He become part of the Ohio little cult that people like to say, but nah, he's not from Ohio. He can't be in.
What does 2020 Sammy say to 2005 Sammy?
Dude, you're a fucking badass. Look at this. Like, you were a guy, you've seen your parents die, you've seen your friends die, you busted your ass, you've been damn near homeless, living on couches, eating green beans. Like, it's all worth it. Because at the end of the day, your hard work will go above and beyond what you expected your career will take you. And you did it the right way. You never stabbed anyone in the back. You never just talked shit for the sake of talking shit. You did it your way, and you did it the correct way, and you were successful because of it.
Goals for after wrestling?
I'll probably still work in wrestling. I have a minor film degree. If you talk to anyone that knows anything about me, I'm a very creative person. I am a content creator. I am a camera person. I am a graphics person. I will work somewhere in wrestling probably the rest of my life. Or I'll go sell BMWs and make millions of dollars, because I'm pretty sure I can sell ice to an Eskimo at this point.
So you are a 2-time Match of the Year winner, 2-time Moment of the Year winner. How do you top that in 2020?
Do it again. You just keep that going. You keep that string of just great matches, that string of great moments going, and you continue to reinvent yourself. You're not complacent just winning one award. I want a lot of awards. I don't want just one award. I want all the awards. I want to be front of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I want to be in video games. I want action figures. I want to be looked at years upon years upon years from now as a guy that truly revolutionized wrestling in the 2019s, 2020s.
All right, one more question. What does Sami Callihan say to Solomon Crowe?
Quit being a bitch, dude. Quit and do you, because you is good at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter what anyone says. You don't need to walk on eggshells. You don't need to try to be someone that you're not. You need to be yourself, because you either succeed being yourself or you fail being someone else.
Thank you, sir.
Look, I understand that you're here to foul moon today. Completely understand. We have some questions for you about tomorrow night. This is a historic night, an opportunity for Tessa Blanchard to become world champion. OVE was victorious last night at Bash at the Brewery 2, building momentum for you. How confident are you heading into this match tomorrow night live on pay-per-view? How confident am I? Yes. First off, how you doing, Texas? I'm wearing cowboy boots, so you guys are welcome. See, here's the thing. You all want to clap and cheer now, but online, you all like to run your mouth, don't you? In a world of professional wrestling, when wrestling's supposed to be for everyone, everyone just wants to be hypersensitive and just bitch and complain about everything, and I'm absolutely sick of it. Pro wrestling's supposed to be fun, ain't it? Yeah! Pro wrestling's supposed to be what we love, correct? Yeah! So how about we quit cut people down online and we have some goddamn fun? If Tessa Blanchard defeats you tomorrow night, you'll go down in history as being a part of that match, but not the outcome that Sami Callihan most likely wants. How does that make you feel?
How does that make me feel? It doesn't make me feel anyway, because it's not going to happen. Everyone wants to say there's this Cinderella story, this fairy tale of Tessa Blanchard, but the way I look at it, I'm the hardest working son of a bitch on this roster right now. I don't need Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling needs Sami Callihan, and the world needs me as the
if you will. Let's suppose it's not the outcome. Let's suppose that Tessa does beat you. Let's suppose that all the antics of OVE over the last 8 months fail tomorrow. And at the end of the night, we do get the Cinderella story. At the end of the night, Tessa Blanchard is Impact Wrestling World's champion. That has to make you feel something.
So the big thing being, what if? What if Tessa Blanchard beats me and becomes the first woman to win a major wrestling world championship? What if? And see, that's the thing that people think may bother me. But it doesn't bother me because the Impact World Championship doesn't make Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan makes the Impact World Championship. It doesn't matter what match I'm in. I think I've proven this over the last 3 years when I took Impact Wrestling on my back. That any match I'm in is match of the year. Any match I'm in is the main event. The Sami Callihan, hate to steal lines, is the showstopper and main event of Impact Wrestling.
Interesting that you choose Texas to steal that particular phrase. So you can, with 100% behind it, say that you're going to leave tomorrow night as Impact Wrestling World Champion.
100%. Because when I guarantee something that happens, people can talk all the shit they want about me, but I'm not a liar. I'm a straight shooter. I say things how it is. And Sami Callihan walking out Impact Wrestling World Champion after Hard to Kill is exactly what's going to happen. And then I'm going to take Impact Wrestling into a new golden age when I continue to run with this company on my damn back.
Anything else you'd like to say? Any final words? 24 hours away from heading over to the Bomb Factory, stepping inside the ring with Tessa Blanchard in the main event. Every single one of these people here will be cheering for Tessa Blanchard, just like we were last night at Bash at the Burger 2. If there's one guy there's a sea of people cheer for Tessa Blanchard. You have a cult-like following wherever we go. The majority of the people tomorrow are going to be behind Tessa Blanchard. Any final thoughts? Last things you want to say before we head to Dallas?
Love me or hate me, you, the entire locker room, all of management, everyone here can kiss my ass.
Tomorrow night, live on pay-per-view from the Bomb Factory in Dallas, Texas, Sami Callihan defends his championship against Tessa Blanchard. It is a match where they will make history, but how will history end at the conclusion of Hard to Kill tomorrow night? Ladies and gentlemen, we got more coming up here from the Arlington Brawl and Fan Fest. We're going to talk to Unbreakable Michael Elgin. We're going to head upstairs to see what all the Impact Wrestling stars are up to, signing for all of our great fans here. We thank you guys.